There are niches that earn YouTubers millions of dollars just from ad revenue. So I'm going to show you how these niches make so much money, insights from a creator earning a $30 plus RPM on his gaming channel, and how to replicate his success on your channel. And I'm also going to reveal the one mistake that most creators make that absolutely kills their ad revenue. But first, what makes a niche profitable? There's a common stigma on YouTube that if you choose a high-paying niche, you'll earn a lot of ad revenue. However, this is an oversimplification of a rather complex process. For example, everybody thinks that the finance niche yields a ton of ad revenue because creators like Joshua Mayo bring in $21 RPMs. On the flip side, most creators see the gaming niche as very unprofitable due to low RPMs, and yet I know multiple gaming creators who are earning $20 plus RPMs on most or all of their videos. So what does make a niche profitable? Well, it really comes down to four things. The first being your audience. For those who don't know, here's how YouTube AdSense works. First, a company will bid to have their advertisement shown on a video in multiples of 1,000 times, otherwise known as the cost per millennia or CPM. For example, with a brand paying $20 CPM for 10,000 impressions on their ad, YouTube will earn $200. Monetized creators then get a roughly 30 to 50% split of this called RPM. The total value of the CPM, though, will depend on the buying power of your viewers. For example, people interested in financial services typically have more money and buying power than those interested in something like video games. And this is why, on average, the finance niche has higher CPMs and RPMs than the gaming niche. The location of the viewers will also impact the price of the CPM, as viewers in wealthier regions like the US, Canada, and the UK will have more money than those in other countries. Other factors like gender, hobbies, and occupation will also contribute to the buying power and overall price of the CPM, as women tend to purchase more products than men, and a 16-year-old high school student isn't going to have as much money as a 40-year-old real estate agent. But if this is how it works, then how is my friend Baked able to receive $30 plus RPMs on content that's aimed at 5-year-olds?
Hi, my name is James, and I've made over $1 million in the last year on YouTube.
What's your secret to crazy ad revenue in a niche like gaming that's infamously known to be unprofitable?
Yeah, so the $1 RPM misconception about gaming is a little bit skewed to the fact of people who make channels with like no audio or like 4-minute videos. So what we do is we do something a little bit different. We make channels that run sort of 20-minute videos to 5-hour-long videos. Super long videos because they optimize the video length for AVD, optimize TV viewership, and of course we also want the American-based audience. And doing those three things gives us high RPMs, anywhere from 10 to 40.
Here's where content format becomes key. Certain niches like documentaries, sports, and apparently James's niche of Minecraft roleplay get a lot of watch time on TVs.
If you've ever watched YouTube on a TV, which I do occasionally, you'll know that you get way more ads than on PC or phone. They also tend to be longer, they tend to be less skippable. So TV ads actually have usually a higher RPM than phone ads. Phone ads are the worst, and then it goes up to PC and stuff.
Additionally, James revealed that
TV viewers also watch way longer. So my average TV viewer watches about an hour and a half, whereas my average phone viewer only watches about 20 minutes. So you get better ads and way more ads.
Which means that in addition to, or instead of just targeting people that watch YouTube on a TV, you can always just make longer videos to increase your ad revenue. Many of James's videos are over 30 minutes long, and in many cases, some are even longer than a few hours. This means that compared to an 8-minute video, he's able to place like 9 times more ads, which is earning him crazy ad revenue. And coupled with the fact that he targets TV viewers who tend to watch YouTube longer, his watch time is also crazy. With that said though, making 30-minute videos isn't exactly a walk in the park, because I mean, imagine how long it takes you to make a 5-minute video and multiply that by 6. Yeah. The good news, however, is that you can speed up this process with the power of presets, which is why I'm giving away all of my editing and sound effect presets for free at natewealth.com/emails. This week, in addition to a free article that's coming out on Thursday, I've also created a short editing tutorial to create this curtain effect that you see on screen. So head to natewealth.com/emails or click the link in the description below to have everything delivered straight to your inbox. And for those of you who want even more presets, I have have a secret weapon for you: motion VFX. Back when I decided to take YouTube seriously, I realized that the key to my success wasn't just how hard I worked, but also how smart I worked. Editing was my biggest bottleneck, and I know for a fact that most of my problems would have been solved had I known about motion VFX, which has pre-made plugins, timelines, and templates for all major editing softwares. And the best part is that most of these templates are based on real-life creators like MKBHD, which means that you're able to leverage the 10+ years of experience many of these YouTubers have and grow your channel quickly. So for those of you that want to invest in yourselves and take your content to the next level like a pro, then you need to invest in motion VFX as soon as possible. In fact, there isn't a better time, as they are currently running a special sale for the month of November that includes an intro price for their Final Cut Academy, 30% off of all products, and even 50% off for individual products every single week. So click my link in the description below and use the code 30black to save yourself a ton of money. And once you have your content at an elite level of quality, you're going to want to assess your niche's ceilings. To really determine the profitability of a niche, we need to look beyond simple ad revenue and RPMs, because although we could make videos in a niche, for example, that targets billionaire CEOs, we're not going to get any views. Why? Simple. There are only 3,194 billionaires in the world, and yes, I looked that up, and most of them aren't spending their time watching YouTube. And although that's a bit extreme, the point I'm making is that we need to be aware of our view and idea ceiling. The view ceiling is simply a measurement of the potential audience a video in a certain niche has. For example, my niche, YouTube education, has a much smaller view ceiling than something like finance, as there are way more people trying to make money than there are people trying to learn about YouTube. Ad revenue is directly tied to your views, so it doesn't do you a lot of good if you have a super high RPM but average 1,000 views per video, because there just isn't a big enough audience for your niche on YouTube. The other ceiling to consider is the idea ceiling, which is just a measurement of the number of video concepts you can realistically make that will get views in your niche. To illustrate this with an example, a channel in the sports niche is going to have a much higher idea ceiling than somebody in a niche like mine, as sports channels have basically unlimited things to talk about as games are being played and news emerges daily, whereas there are very limited viral ideas to make videos about regarding growing on YouTube. You can only really remake and repackage the same video idea so many times. And I'm not saying a niche is unprofitable if it has a low view or idea ceiling, but just keep both in mind when figuring that out. Picture this. You find a super profitable niche with unlimited potential to get views and endless video ideas to go along with it. You start publishing videos every week and soon enough begin pulling in upwards of 500,000 and even 1 million views per upload, bringing in a ton of money in the process. Everything's great until one day, boom, copyright strike. This is exactly what happened to Jerome Bosch, the creator of a YouTube channel in the sports niche called Offside. I don't know him personally, but I followed his battle with YouTube's copyright takedown system on Twitter. But from speaking to people that do know him, the issue was using game footage that he didn't own, which unfortunately is pretty much necessary for a soccer channel. Eventually, the copyright strikes piled up on Jerome's channel and it became completely demonetized, with an option for him to reapply to the partner program 90 days after the fact. Regardless of how profitable the niche might have been and how many views his videos were getting, he now earns $0 of ad revenue. So consider copyright as well when trying to determine the profitability of a niche. And I'll also have a longer video about copyright in the future, so make sure you stay tuned for that.
Until then, thanks for watching, and make sure to follow my other socials. Wait, I'm not Nate.